If you've reached your 70s, you've already done something incredible. You've lived through more than most people can ever imagine. You've seen the world change, sometimes gently, sometimes in ways that shook everything. You've seen new technologies rise, traditions fade, families grow, and people drift apart. You've loved, you've lost, you've worked, you've struggled, you've laughed deeply, you've cried quietly, and yet you are still here. And that means something. But let's be honest. Getting older isn't just about numbers. It's about what you choose to carry with you and what you choose to finally put down. If you want peace, if you want freedom, if you want the kind of happiness that comes from deep within, then it's time to take a closer look at the things you no longer need in this chapter of life. Because the truth is, not everything or everyone deserves a place in your future. Let's talk about the 8 things you must let go of after 70 to live a life that truly feels like yours. 1. Let go of the idea that you're done. Growing, many people think that once you hit a certain age, life stops changing. But that's not true. Life never stops moving. And neither should you. You can still learn. You can still grow. You can still evolve. You can try painting, pick up a new language, learn to dance, or just sit down with a book that challenges the way you think. A mind that keeps learning stays young. A heart that stays curious stays open. You're not too old. You're just getting started in a different way. 2. Let go of people who drain you. It doesn't matter if they're family. It doesn't matter if you've known them for years. If someone makes you feel small, stressed, or unwanted, they don't belong in your inner circle anymore. Your time, your energy, your peace of mind, these are treasures now. Choose to spend them wisely. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to feel guilty. You are allowed to protect your peace. 3. Let go of physical and emotional clutter. Look around your home. How much of what you see do you actually use? How many things are you holding on to just in case, or because they carry a memory you're afraid to lose? But here's the truth. You are not your stuff. You are not your storage. And holding on to too many things, physically and emotionally, can become a weight. Let go of the objects that no longer serve you. Let go of past pain you keep replaying. Let go of grudges that only drain your soul. Make space in your life, and peace will walk right in. 4. Let go of the fear of aging. Getting older has been unfairly labeled as something to fear, but aging is not a curse. It's a gift. You've earned every gray hair, every line on your face, every slow morning stretch. They are signs that you've survived. They are reminders that you've lived. There is beauty in growing older. You no longer need to prove anything to anyone. You get to live life on your own terms now. And that, my friend, is power. 5. Let go of waiting for others to make you happy. You may have waited your whole life for someone to give you the happiness you deserved. But here's the secret. Happiness doesn't come from others. It comes from within. You are allowed to do things that bring you joy, even if no one else understands. You can take yourself out to lunch. You can spend hours gardening, reading, walking, or dancing in your living room. Create moments that make your spirit smile. You don't need permission to be happy. 6. Let go of comparing yourself to younger people. You are not 25. You are not 45. You are not supposed to be. You are exactly where you are meant to be right now. Every phase of life has its beauty, its strength, its purpose. Youth may have energy, but age has wisdom. You know how to slow down. You know what matters. You know how to savor. Stop looking back. Stop trying to match their pace. You're on your own beautiful path. 7. Let go of regret. We all have regrets, things we should have said, things we shouldn't have done. But regret is like walking through life carrying a bag of heavy rocks. And you don't have to carry that weight anymore. You are allowed to forgive yourself. You are allowed to start again. Every day you wake up is a chance to create a new memory, a better moment. The past may have shaped you, but it doesn't define you. 8. Let go of the lie that it's too late. There is no such thing as too late, not for love, not for purpose, not for joy. People start painting in their 80s. People travel the world in their 70s. People fall in love at 90. You still have time. As long as you're breathing, you have time. Let go of the voice that says you've missed your chance. Your best years can still be ahead, if you believe they can be. So here's the truth. Life after 70 isn't the end. It's the beginning of a new kind of freedom. You get to choose what stays and what goes. You get to decide what matters. You get to write this chapter any way you want. Let go of the weight. Let go of the pressure. Let go of everything that doesn't bring you peace. This is your time, and it's never too late to begin again. 9. Let go of the need to please everyone. You've spent much of your life being what others needed. A good parent, a good partner, a hard worker, a loyal friend. And while that's admirable, now is the time to ask yourself, what do I need? You don't have to say yes to every invitation. You don't have to keep quiet to keep the peace. You don't have to keep showing up for people who wouldn't do the same for you. Trying to please everyone only leaves you tired, resentful, and unseen. You're not here to be everyone's solution. You're here to live in truth and comfort. Say no when you need to. Speak up when it matters. The people who love you will understand. 10. Let go of guilt from the past. Many older adults carry guilt like a shadow. Maybe for something you did or didn't do. Maybe for not being the perfect parent, or walking away from a toxic relationship, or simply for choosing yourself when others didn't understand. But guilt is not meant to be a life sentence. You are allowed to acknowledge your mistakes without punishing yourself forever. You are allowed to be human. You did the best you could with what you knew at the time. Now it's time to forgive yourself. You've paid enough. You've grown enough. You deserve peace now, not punishment. 11. Let go of the pressure to rush. In earlier years, life often felt like a race. Deadlines, schedules, to-do lists. Always rushing to the next thing. But not anymore. Now, you can slow down, and in fact, slowing down may be the greatest gift of all. Take your time with your morning tea. Walk slower and actually feel your steps. Sit quietly and enjoy a sunset without checking your phone or thinking about the next task. You've earned this pace. Life is not about how much you get done. It's about how deeply you feel each moment. 12. Let go of old labels and roles. You are more than the roles you've played. You are more than mom, dad, grandma, retired teacher, or widow. Those labels may describe part of your story, but they don't define you. Sometimes we hold on to these roles because they're familiar, but deep inside, they're still you, your dreams, your humor, your thoughts, your soul. You're allowed to discover new sides of yourself. You're allowed to say, I don't want to be who I used to be. This chapter is about freedom. It's about rediscovering yourself beyond the titles. 13. Let go of the need to be strong. All the time. You've been strong for others. You've held back tears, smiled through pain, and carried burdens in silence. But you don't have to do that anymore. You're allowed to ask for help. You're allowed to say, I'm tired. You're allowed to rest, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. Strength isn't about pretending everything is fine. True strength is being honest about how you feel and letting others support you when you need it. 14. Let go of fear around being alone. Many people fear being alone in older age. Maybe you've lost your partner. Maybe friends have moved away or passed on. Maybe the house feels quieter than it used to. But alone doesn't mean lonely. Solitude can be sacred. It's in the quiet moments that you start to hear yourself again. You can make your own company joyful through music, art, nature, reading, or simple rituals that comfort you. You are still whole, even if you're by yourself. You are still valuable, even if no one is watching. And most importantly, you are never truly alone when you're at peace with who you are. 15. Let go of holding back your truth. You've lived long enough to know what matters. You've seen too much to keep pretending. So why stay quiet about your truth? Say what's in your heart. Tell your story. Share your wisdom, your lessons, your truth. Even if your voice shakes, your voice matters. Your experiences matter. And someone, somewhere, needs to hear what you've lived through. You don't need to be loud. You just need to be real. Because your truth is one of your greatest gifts in this stage of life. Would you like me to continue with 5 or 10 more points to make it a full video? I can also add a closing reflection or summary to tie it all together.